Hey, friends, welcome to the Mindset Podcast. I am your host, Sally Allen, and today we are diving into one of the most underestimated forces holding high performers back: the internal story we tell ourselves. Not the facts, not the feedback, the stories, the one that sounds like, I'm not ready, people like me don't get those chances. If I fail, everyone will see that I wasn't good enough to begin with. Can you relate? I can. I used to do it. We rehearse these so often that they start to feel like truths in our lives. But here's the fact: they're usually fiction, based on fear, not fact. Let me give it to you straight. Your brain is not a truth detector, it's a pattern seeking machine. And when there's gap in understanding, your brain doesn't wait for clarity. It makes something up and it does it fast. If someone doesn't respond to a text, your brain goes to, they're mad at me. You stumble on a presentation, your brain is, I'm not cut out for this. Now they've all seen I'm an idiot. The voice isn't giving you insight, it's feeding you pre written scripts, many of which were written long before you had the power to question them. Let that digest for a minute. Where do they come from? Childhood, culture, early teachers, caregivers, coaches. These voices were handing down, and their beliefs like, don't speak unless you're 100% sure. Stay agreeable. Mistakes means shame. Without realizing this, you took those beliefs and your internal operating system was built around them. But here's the deal. You don't have to, because familiar doesn't mean it's true. And just because it was useful then doesn't mean it's helpful now. Let's walk through three of the most common internal stories I see in my clients. And maybe you too. I used to do this too, to be fully transparent. I'm not enough. I struggled with this for the longest while. This one is a shapeshifter. It shows up as, I need one more certification. I should wait until I'm more experienced, or I'm not qualified. But here is what's really happening: fear is dressing up like logic. You call it being realistic, but it's just comfort zone in a new outfit, honestly. Story two: I always screw things up. Ah, man, this is the greatest hit of your past mistakes. One awkward meeting, and suddenly you label yourself as disaster. Now, let me say this clearly: failure is a moment, it's not eternity. And if you stumble, that doesn't mean that you are not playing big. Let's go to story number three. What will people think? The people pleasing. Let's be honest. This one plays on a loop, and everybody feels this at some point in their lives. If they said they haven't, then they're not alive. We dramatically overestimate how much people are thinking about us. Guess what? They're not. This is called the spotlight effect. People aren't analyzing you as you think they are. They're busy replaying their own highlights and their own self doubt. So, how do we break these stories? You don't need a magic wand, you need awareness, intention, repetition. Let's walk through it. Spot the story, right? When you catch yourself hesitating, or you are going into a tailspin and you're shutting down, pause and ask, what story am I telling myself now? Say it out loud. Write it down. Get it out of the shadows. When you name it, you start dissipating it. When you name it, it goes away. When you name it, you don't give it legs. Second, interrogate it. Where did this story come from? How old is it? Would I ever say this to someone I love? The moment you start asking these questions, the narrative loosens its grip. Why? Because most of our limiting beliefs don't survive on scrutiny. They're built on outdated logic. Rewrite it. This is the most important part, and the part that people skip. But it's a game changer. The replacement. I'm not ready to I am growing and growth is messy. If I fail, I'll be exposed. Change it to trying is proof I'm in the arena. These aren't affirmation. They are updated operating instruction. And rehearse relentlessly. The brain rewires through repetition, not logic, not insight. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Say the story often, visualize it, speak it out loud, and it's especially when you're getting ready in the morning, right? Make it your internal soundtrack. Replace that old breakup song with something different, something powerful, and your brain will start believing it. Now, mindset isn't just a personal growth tool, it's your performance edge. It's your ability to challenge the stories in your head, challenge those narratives, because they do affect how you show up, how you make decisions, and how much you actually enjoy your work. Here's what I want you to remember: you are not your past, you are not your fear. You are not the old voice in your head that sounds like someone else's doubt. You are the narrator now of your story. You are the writer of your story. You get to write something new. So, listen, let's land this plane. Like I said, your thoughts are not facts, your story are not life sentences, and your identity is not locked to the past unless you choose to keep it there. Change the narrative. Choose the one that serves your future, that serves your growth. Practice it until it becomes your truth. Practice makes perfect. You get to tell your brain that story you wanted to rehearse and you wanted to repeat over and over again. Listen, if you enjoy this episode, come hang out with me on Instagram and YouTube. And I always end with this: I believe if you change your mindset, you can change your life. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next episode.